broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah, that's right. I feel like my hair needs to be big for this.
You do. You have to have all the makeup, some earrings going on.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Nino, and you are tuned in to another episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. This is season 1, episode 11. That text wasn't meant for Josh. All right, guys. Like always, you can follow me on Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And we have a special guest over to my left, filling in for Trinae. It's Briana Phipps. How you doing?
Hey guys, how's everyone doing tonight? I'm so excited to be a part of this. You guys can find me at bphipps14, and you can find that right down below. And I will also be in the chat roll tonight. So if you feel like commenting or want to talk to us, just type it in right there, and I'll get back to you.
Chat away, guys. This is the first time we ever had the chat roll up, so if you have any questions, feel free to do so. And just to clarify, Briana's a fan of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, so I'm so happy that she's here.
I've watched this whole season. I am a huge musical theater fan, so this is so fun for me. I love that they're making this. I love it.
I love it. See, another crazy fan. I love it. Okay, wait. Before we start anything, textastrophe or textmergency? What do you like better?
I like textmergency.
Okay, good. We're on the same page here. I feel like it flows a little bit better.
Yeah, textastrophe, it's a little...
It's a tongue twister, right? I don't know why. I put that first because I knew that was probably gonna be the messed up. Right. So text emergency. Okay, we're on the same page.
Plus, we gotta give it to the lawyer. He's sad, as we found out late. But yeah.
Right. There's always something that's just so random towards each end of each episode.
I know, it makes it fun. That's even if you end on a sad note, hey, here's some weird little thing we're gonna add in to make you happy again.
Speaking of that, this was a pretty much of a roller coaster once again of a episode, with what's going on with Rebecca, what's going on with Paula. And we open up to that with Paula and her husband going to counseling with Father Brosh.
Yeah, and we have Evie here saying Paula was amazing this episode.
Oh, she was. I think she's always amazing. Eva?
This was Evie.
Evie. Shouts to you, Evie.
Sorry if I'm saying that wrong.
I think she's always amazing. She always pulls through. I wish she was nominated for a Golden Globe as well, too. Her performance this season has been amazing.
Yeah, and I think maybe if they do get renewed for a second season and we get some more from her, because there has been a lot of episodes where she's just very minor in them. It's just there for the one comic scene, and especially more present, then I think she could be nominated. I've
been asking for the Paula backstory even more and more every episode as it goes along, so I was super happy to see that we're gonna dive into why, or not why, or how to fix her marriage, because this has been a big part of the whole season. Paula's living in a kind of world where it's just not happy for her. That's why she's there for Rebecca, and she wants to kind of put blinders on and help Rebecca.
Yeah, well, she's kind of living her life through Becca.
Exactly.
I feel. I can't have this exciting love, so you are so excited, you're so in love, and I'm gonna just jump on board with you and be happy.
I was happy to see Father Brosh back on. That dude's hilarious, although he was missing the buckets today.
Mr. Brosh? No, man. That's my dad.
I love that. But they talked about it, and they wanted to work it out. They had to have dinner together to talk and kind of connect, right? And so they tried to, but Rebecca was having her own issues, obviously. We find out what happened when she's at the deposition with a client.
Yes. And I wrote down the entire text
she sent. Can you please read the entire text? Please read it.
I mean, I can't read the emojis, but I will phrase them. So the entire text said, "Just saw Josh. He looked so hot that I almost died. I love him so much, and I think he loves me now too. God, I can't wait until we're finally together and I can stop lying and tell him I love him and moved here for him." Which, why would you disclose that much?
That was I wrote super text. That's a super detailed text.
Why would you disclose that much in your text?
It's Paula, I guess.
But Paula already knows. Why couldn't she just be like, "Oh my God, he looked so hot. I just can't wait till I don't have to lie
right
anymore."
But this is a paragraph. That was her lawyer in her just trying to spit it out and let it go. I'm like, oh, and
I
Esther,
wrote high school girl. That was her high school girl.
I think she's forever a high school girl though. Like, she's,
but not when she's in the like deposition and talking law.
Exactly.
Like she's so smart, and she's such like. You don't expect her to all of a sudden revert back to that high schoolness.
Right. What did we say? I was saying that she's amazingly smart, too smart for her own good, but she's also super ditzy, which, you know, kind of counters
Well, I love that they make her smart, though. I love that it's not like, oh, she's ditzy and she also doesn't know how to do her job.
Right.
No, she knows how to do her job, and she's so good at it, but when it comes to her own life, she's a mess.
Right. And I had to say, I was so excited to see Esther Dean in this episode. Esther Dean is from Pitch Perfect 1 and 2. She's amazing, and she was here as a client. She was Connie's client, which was the other lawyer who Rebecca was against that day. And she also made an appearance in Text Emergency, was singing along, and she did an amazing job. I wish there was a little bit more of her, though, because she is really, really funny. So,
well, she's an amazing singer from what you could hear in the
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. She has a great voice. So that text message was sent. She thought she was sending it to Paula, and it was sent to Josh, and everyone freaked out for her and helped her.
Which I put. I wrote, everyone wants to help would never happen.
No, I'm like, is this real life? I wrote that down. Is this real life? Like, everyone...
like opposite day. No, you just have to go in the witness protection program. Like,
right, and they were all freaking out for her, and she got a police escort.
Oh yeah, she got a police.
All right, in her Hyundai Sonata to head over to Josh's house real quick because Josh, we forgot to mention.
Sorry, yeah, guys.
Left his cell phone.
Away.
Right, left it. We got too excited here. Left his cell phone at home, and she remembered that because once again the boba spot is the meeting spot.
And also, if we didn't say, she sent the text to Josh and not Paula.
Yeah,
she meant to send.
She sent the text to Josh, that long detailed text to Josh, and not Paula. But thank God Josh's cell phone was left at home during his Taekwondo practice. So she had a 3-hour window, she calculated.
Who has Taekwondo for 3 hours? Is that legit?
No, I don't know. Like, where's his Taekwondo lesson? Was it far as
Did
traffic?
he have to walk there? Like,
exactly.
Like, because he told her that before she even was at work.
Right. Exactly. That must have been like 9 a.m. And she just got to... There's no way. Yeah, 3 hours is long.
Anyway, it's TV. We're going to bypass
We're going to let that go.
their time.
There were a couple other continuity issues with that text, remember?
Yeah, because, like, she has no... Like, if she's this obsessed with a guy, like we talked about this,
right.
She's this obsessed with him, she's going to have the rest of his text so she can sit and look at them in bed at night before she goes to sleep so she can, like, fantasize. But she had one text to him, and that was this text, and I didn't see any others coming from him, going to him.
Exactly. Nothing. There was no history. But we did, put a theory to it where maybe she, like, saves them all in a folder in that hard drive that she gave to Heather.
Yeah.
Or she screenshots them and keeps them in, like, another secret folder somewhere else. She's just trying to protect her lies is what she's trying to do. Like, anyways, this is another funny part. So she drives over to Josh's house, knows that there's a key somewhere. She finds it. But what does she have to rummage through? Everything.
Everything. Like Valencia also, which I noted, Paula, I love that Paula called Valencia Velveeta.
Velveeta cheese, yeah.
But besides that, yeah, Velveeta, as I'm going to call her now, just has everything in front of her doorway at her apartment. Like,
it's super cheesy.
She has an owl, she has a Buddha, she has some light strings, she's got a potted plant, she's got the mat. I mean,
it's not even a house, it's an apartment.
Not even an outdoor apartment door.
That's true, I didn't even think about that.
It's an indoor hallway.
Right. She was really, they were trying. But when you go inside her house, it matched from the outside, too.
I know. Well, Valencia's crazy. We know this. Like, in a different way than Rebecca, but she's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
She finds a key, and she comes in, and everything was so, like, this, I already knew. This was too easy. She goes in, she looks around, she finds a phone, she guesses the password, which was Valencia's birthday.
With 5588, so May 5th, right?
Yeah, May 5th,
88. So we know that they're all 27 too in this episode.
Exactly. And in my head, I was thinking like they were around 30. You said that.
Yeah,
as well,
I thought that.
But
maybe it's just because I'm 27 and I was like, no, they're way more situated in their life.
Right? They are really situated if you think about it. They're living together. Rebecca's a lawyer. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so she gets a text. She gets the phone and she deletes the text and that's it. But she wants to go ahead and like look around and breathe a little bit.
She wants to sniff his shirt.
Sniff his shirt. She took like that 5 minutes, or not even 5 minutes, or we don't know. It looked like it was a minute.
They even had to go back into the song to tell her, hurry up, girl. You don't
get
got time.
out of the house. And of course, we saw this in the previews last week. Josh shows up to the front door. Rebecca's startled, but she makes her way out of this sort of again. Once again, she's too smart for her own good. She makes up something and boom.
But it's not even cohesive what she's making up. Like,
no, it's not. But it's Josh. Remember, I was like, he's a total bruh. And he fell for it.
Well, and then, no, never mind. I put it down later. Sorry, we'll get to it. I'll hold on to that thought.
Okay. Well,
oh, we know what we skipped over?
Which one?
The ghost of Steve Jobs in the song.
Oh my. Where did that come from, by the way?
I was just like,
who was that? Because I had to pause. I'm like, wow, that really looks like Steve Jobs. Like,
yeah, I don't know who the actor was, but I just thought, like, what kind of song is this that we're stopping, pausing, and putting the ghost of Steve Jobs in to, he said, he called it a message apocalypse.
Oh, because he was trying to get in the whole textastrophe.
Yeah, but he wanted his to be better because he invented the phones.
Right. Well, sorry, Steve. You have a legacy of your own already. Let this go to the lawyer. Let this go to the lawyer. But that was really random, yeah. But she gets caught by Josh, and Josh asks, "Why are you there? Why would you be there? You know, what? How could you explain that? I would be stuck like that too." But she came with another story, and she tried to back it up, and it was really sketchy. And you, like you said earlier,
yeah, I said she's a lawyer, should have a better story.
Right, and you would think so. But when it's her issues and when it's her problems, she can never speak for herself. She needs another lawyer, Paula, like, who's not even a lawyer, she's a paralegal, to basically get her out the bind.
Yeah.
But she made something up, and Mr. Josh Chan believed it. And,
yeah, well, it's Josh. I mean,
right,
we all know that he's not the brightest. They even say he's not the brightest.
But, you know, they're set to go back to her house because she made up that somebody burglarized the house and, you know, broke a window. And she was super scared, and she just wanted to, you know, be with him in Valencia in their apartment. And
Which is already kind of weird.
Right. You know, and she got in there because he accidentally opened the door, left the fridge open, blah, 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 whatever. And being nice Josh and not really thinking about it, he's like, let me go change and we'll go over then help you out. Okay.
And she's like, oh, and, you know, feel free to shower and take your time, you know.
Why?
Maybe I could use some apples cut up really, really small.
She was trying to save time. She was trying to get time, actually.
Yeah, no, she was trying to stall.
She had to get Paula to help her, but Paula was trying to rekindle her marriage.
Because as we can see from all the stuff, Paula's marriage is kind of on the fritz because of Rebecca.
It is, you know, as we see later on as well too, it kind of helped at the end. But so they're, you know, Paula and Scott are at the table and they're trying to have dinner. They're trying to connect. Rebecca's still texting her or whatnot. And she decides, you know, I'm going to try to make this work. Let's hold hands. Let's talk. Let's try to eat the steak with one hand. But once a phone call comes in from Rebecca after the fact, she couldn't help but just answer it. Lied to Scott that it was her mom. And Scott just kind of he was like, I can't take this anymore. You're cheating on me. Something's happening. Tell me the truth. What's Paula going to do? Paula had to basically say, okay, just come with me. Don't ask questions. Just come with me. But that was the start. That was the start to the rekindled relationship.
Mm-hmm. So Rebecca not only ruined their marriage, but she ended up saving their marriage.
Exactly. I feel like it was ruined before Rebecca.
No, yeah, but it didn't help.
It probably didn't help. Yeah, exactly. So, so they went to go and throw a rock through Rebecca's white window that is always open. Her glass door.
Yeah, Paula says it's okay. The sliding door is always unlocked. So I'm like, why would Rebecca not just be like, I leave my sliding door unlocked and someone broke in and stole something?
Just wouldn't be as good storyline, would it? Like without all this drama.
You had to have broken this entire door.
Right,
and
exactly.
Made a huge mess.
Exactly. Which is funny though, because like the whole.
Because she could have just she could have just said, I came home and someone was inside my apartment and it freaked me out. Like she could have just said that.
Yo, that's a really good. Okay, there we go. You should be Rebecca's conscience.
I'll be her little angel.
Right. I never really thought about it. I was thinking in that moment, like, what would I tell somebody? Like, I would be freaking out. I don't know what I would say. Maybe if I had a second or two to actually think about it, maybe I would come up with that theory as well, too. But that's a good theory.
Well, I mean, I like that she's like, let me get my story straight when she's talking about
Josh, too. And Josh still didn't find that weird at all. It was just like, wait, just slow down. Talk to me. Let me know. But anyway, so they're out there. Scott had to pee. And he went in the house to pee because they were trying to find a rock.
Yeah.
And his adrenaline was up, I believe. And he finally...
he said when he gets excited, you know how my body works.
He had to go. And in the beginning of this whole thing, we see the opening with Rebecca and Greg, and there were rocks at the bottom that said happily ever after. Mm-hmm. And that's the same rock that Scott found in the house and decided to use to demolish Rebecca's window, which wasn't the smartest idea.
The most perfect rock.
The most perfect rock.
The best definition of a rock.
Right. This was the rock of all rocks. Well, not too much so.
So Scott's not the brightest in the bunch either.
No, him and Josh could be best friends. Him and Josh could totally be best friends. But, I mean, the rock throwing and demolishing Rebecca's window got kind of hot for Paula there.
Yeah. I guess just maybe seeing her man do something.
Right, exactly.
Rekindled some flame that they had.
Yeah, it definitely rekindled something. And it was just right on time because Rebecca and Josh came into the house, and there was the broken glass right in front of them. And that's when everything kind of like was starting to go okay. Then it just went askew later on.
Well, yeah, I mean, everything possible that could have happened to destroy her story has happened.
Exactly.
And then, you know, Josh called the police.
Right. When she said, no, Josh, it's okay. She was trying to get out of it. That's just, I'm so happy Josh still called the police. I'm like, if he really didn't, I would really be doubting like how he graduated from college, how he graduated from high school.
Did he graduate college?
I thought they said he went to college, didn't he? I could be wrong.
I thought he only did high school.
Well, either way, how did he graduate
Maybe
from
community
high school?
college.
Okay, maybe. There we go. But I was kind of doubting him, but then he called, and which would be the right thing to do if you're a concerned friend, right?
I mean, someone breaks into your house,
right? You
call the police.
Exactly. If the person says no, I would still call the police.
Because you still want to make a report, because then, you know, your insurance won't cover that fixing of the glass.
Exactly. So, anyways, once they're in the house, you know, Rebecca's like, well, can we just sit down and just have some wine? He wants wine with ice. Have you ever tried that?
I haven't, but I know people, like, it was white wine. So I do know people that put white wine in there with ice in a glass, because especially if it's not in the refrigerator before, they like it chilled. So that wasn't that strange to me.
Okay,
I thought that they were trying to make it a lot stranger than it actually is.
Okay, I've never tried it before. I'm actually kind of curious now, just to see.
I mean, you have to drink it faster, I think, because it's going to water it down.
Yeah, it's going to dilute, right? But anyways, and she also wants to order fondue.
She wants it delivered. I didn't even know you could get fondue delivered.
I know that guy
they make fun of it later because, like, congealed cheese.
Right, congealed cheese, exactly. That's true, because fondue is super hot. It needs to be like, how do you even prep that at a table if somebody's going to deliver it? It's like you have to give a burner.
Would you bring like a little camp burner to like keep it warm? Like,
that'd be interesting. We need that at AFTERBUZZ sometime if they really have that somewhere.
I only know one restaurant that does fondue, and that's like the Melting Pot.
The Melting Pot, yeah.
And I don't think they deliver.
No, I don't think so either. Good dessert fondue is over at Yoji Shabu Shabu. That's a cool place in downtown LA.
We're just, hitting out some promotions here.
Exactly. So Yoji, downtown LA, Santa Ana, they have a whole bunch of Las Vegas. Joe Coy owns one in Las Vegas. He's a comedian. It could be funny. Anyways, plug.
Oh my gosh.
Send the check over to AFTERBUZZ TV in Hollywood. So Josh calls the police. The police comes in. Rebecca, once again, I don't know how she does this, but she gets her lawyer hat on, and she makes the police just go.
But she does it so smartly. Like, she's talking about the code. She's saying, you can see here by the glass, you can tell that there wasn't a shoe or footprint. But like, that she was smart about. Like, it was a little weird.
You know what? Because it wasn't to Josh directly.
Yeah. She gets too flustered.
Yeah, exactly. When Josh comes in, it's all like, okay, it's that butter commercial once again. And she's just like, yeah, I just want to be happy. Josh, just make me happy. Hold me. But
yeah, she's Twitter-pated. That's the word I want to say.
Twitter, what is it called?
Twitter-pated.
Well, there we go. No, it was Officer Rhodes just took it all in and was just like, okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, because you know what the key point was. She told him, you don't want to do all that paperwork, all those forms. And he's like, no, I don't.
It was like 23, 27
yeah, I don't
forms.
remember. Something like that.
She totally got him. I would probably be like, yeah, you know what, you're right. I'm going to go get a donut.
It's your house. You're good with it. I'm good with it.
Exactly. No cameras, no anything, no witnesses. Okay, this is going to be a little hard. So I'm just going to push it to the side. But he leaves. And Josh starts cleaning up before they start eating because they're waiting for the fondue. Lo and behold, there's Mr. Everrock underneath the couch.
Oh, and then he picks it up first, and he doesn't see the Ever. It's on the bottom.
I was hoping.
And he again mentions how perfect this rock is.
Everyone loves his rock.
Well, it's important, I think, because like a rock outside wouldn't be as perfectly polished.
True, that's right. It would have edges. It would be rough. It wouldn't be like that was a river rock. That's a huge river rock. There's not a river near West Covina that I know of, at least.
I don't know. I've never been up out there.
Like, in that area. But nonetheless, he sees the rock, and I was praying and hoping kind of that he wouldn't turn it over to see Ever, because I don't know how she would get
Or
out
I was hoping that he would, and then not put two and two together.
Oh my, yeah. Then I would have been like, okay, really,
Because
Josh.
yeah, it would have made sense for Josh to just be like, oh, maybe the robber stole this from a store before he came here.
Right.
I don't know.
Or he was like, so the robber just wanted to get out, and instead of using the front door, he wanted to go through the back. So he.
Yeah, I didn't think Josh was going to be smart. It sounds so bad, but I didn't think he was going to be smart enough.
I know
to like realize this came from inside her house. Why would someone be throwing it from inside?
You're totally entitled to think how like about how dumb he was. I was saying if he graduated high school, like.
Evie tells us Josh did go to college. He put it on his Aloha store.
See,
Thank
that's
you.
what I remember. Okay, so he went to college.
Okay, I forgot that. Thank you so much.
He went to college, so that college education did him sort of well, I guess, towards the end of this.
Enough to inspect that a rock coming from inside the house.
Exactly.
Is probably not someone breaking it.
Exactly. And this time, when it usually ends like kind of this way or comes to this way, something always happens between them, and they always kind of try to fix it within that one scene. And it didn't happen this time.
I know. Oh my God. It was so...
I freaked out.
I was just like, oh my gosh, like he realizes he's on the same page as Valencia now. Like,
yeah.
He thinks she's crazy.
But when she almost says, I love you to him, he turns around and looks like he wanted her to say, just say it. Tell me you love me. I think my prediction, we're going to go to predictions in a couple minutes here, but I feel like he knows. And I feel like he wants her to say something so he could do something about it. What do you think?
I don't know. I can't. I don't know.
I'm looking too.
I'm
too
torn
deep.
Because it's like I might agree, but I also want something else to happen. So.
I know what you want to happen, and we can talk about that soon. But it looks like he paused because he wanted to hear something, but she didn't say it, so he just left. And then comes in the self-loathing song.
Oh, but wait, we're skipping.
Oh, the fondue.
No, we're skipping all of Paula's stuff though.
Oh, let's go back to Paula real quick because the burrito.
Sorry, because I had it written down because I had them both admitting their affair.
Right. Okay.
Or almost affair.
They had a burrito bonding situation, and they were bonding over burritos after the fact because their adrenaline was so high. And go ahead, let them know.
Well, I was just like, Paula admits that she almost had an affair, and then Scott admits that he almost had an affair, and they're both so nonchalant.
They're okay with it because
she's just like, oh yeah, she has kind of like one of those faces.
Yeah,
those little slut faces. Oh my God, Paula. She has that judgmental.
Now. Super judgmental, but right there and then that goes to show you they look like they're meant for each other. Like this is
like
this
you can tell why they're together. And then she's just and then she tells Rebecca's entire story
exactly
in the theme of the song,
the reprise of the opening song. Oh my God! And then he did the ad-libs back and forth with her,
and she's like, it's a lot more nuanced than that.
Exactly.
Okay?
And then crazy ex-girlfriend bumps up.
It was so ridiculous, but I loved it.
I did too. I think it was hilarious. They did a really good job with that scene. And
but yes, sorry, I just wanted to make sure.
Oh right. Well,
I wanted to say
to add on to that, at the towards more and more into their story or whatnot. At the end, when she was listening and he was recapping the story about, oh, is this when he kissed her on the cheek? Oh no, that was a campfire, blah blah blah. Then she got all riled up, and she was just you're so hot.
She's like, I love it when you listen,
exactly.
Which obviously means he doesn't listen.
Right, but she totally loved it, and she hopped up on the counter, and we'll just leave it that.
Yeah, we don't need.
I saw you look away from the TV right when that happened. You're like, I don't think I want to see that right now.
I'm pleading the fifth.
Well, but so Rebecca in her self-loathing song after the fact. That Josh left because she totally basically she messed it all up. Like I don't know how she's gonna come out of this later on.
I mean, obviously we're still just halfway through the season,
right?
I believe. So I feel like we have to somehow. She has to get back in his good graces, but at this point I don't know how.
Right. It looks like it's gonna happen because we saw the previews showing that they're gonna work together in the next episode. But it doesn't seem like Josh is like 100% there.
She's gonna have, reserved. And it's so sad because right after we had the episode at the camp where they're finally like connecting,
and he kisses her like on the cheek. That was more than just a kiss on the cheek.
It's just like you want it to happen for her,
right?
But at the same time, I don't want her to be with Josh.
Because what happened when she... Well, let's talk about the song really quick.
Yeah, let's talk about the song.
That song's a little... Whoa.
Well, I really like the style they did the song. Because for me, I thought it was kind of Chicago-esque.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Like how they introduced her and she was like, thank you guys all for being here today.
Right.
And like, that's very Roxy Hart coming out on stage and doing a little banter before she sings her song. And yeah, she sings the song, "You ruined everything, you stupid bitch."
Right. Boldest line ever. And she goes even further on herself.
Oh yeah, I wrote down some of this, but I couldn't write down everything.
Throw another line out there.
Yeah, like, and lose some weight. Poop slut who doesn't think. Fugly, simple, self-hating bitch. She was hard on herself.
Went hard on herself. And I put that, I was like, hello, self-hate. Like, she just, that was sad. It reminded me of this guy. I went on a cruise recently, and the comedian was basically just talking a lot of smack about himself. And after a while, the whole audience was kind of like cringing and was like feeling sorry for him. Even one person was like, "Oh, it's okay, dude. You don't have to do that." That was the awkward moment I felt. I felt the same way while watching that song.
It's like, yeah, you screwed up, but you're not that bad.
You're not that bad, exactly. But then Paula wasn't there in her head to tell her, Munchkin, you're not. It's going to be okay, Mama Paula. But then
Greg shows up for her.
Like he
always does.
He always does this.
Because Greg, for all the things that Greg is not, he still is a very good guy.
Right.
And he is always there for her. And he knows how crazy she is, but he's okay with it.
And he still draws back to it.
And then they played the Settle For Me in the background when they're hugging.
I thought they were going to dance for a second.
That's my personal favorite number of the year because I love Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, and it brought me back to the 50s, 40s.
Right.
So that's my little
your little moment. But it turned like really quick after he saw Josh's name on the fondue bag.
Which did Josh order the fondue?
No, she did, but I think she just said Josh. You know what I mean?
All right.
Continuity. In big bold letters once again. And he saw that and he kind of just stepped back and was like, why am I doing this again? But he didn't admit.
Yeah, because he's like, I have a girlfriend now.
Which is 20 feet through that next room.
Like, you're obviously in love with him. Like, why do I keep doing this? Why am I here?
Exactly.
Which is a very good point. Like,
why?
You shouldn't be because she's not ready to be with you.
Exactly. But also,
I want her to be.
Right. And she looks like she might want to as well. I think she's, but her heart, I think, is 100% with Josh. But
we keep seeing it completely over and over
exactly.
again. And even with everyone, like, and Paula's the only one that's like, because even she's talking to her husband, and he's like, you know what? It sounds like he's the guy for her. And she's like, no, she's with Josh. Like, Paula is 100% Josh.
My predictions
Josh.
have been this triangle, and I feel like they're going to fight sometime soon.
Should we just get into that?
Can we please? Because I'm so, ready for it. Predictions.
Hey.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Lights.
Camera. Action.
Okay. So listen, I've been saying this over and over again, and I feel like it's coming to it soon enough. You see Greg still liking Rebecca. Rebecca always goes back to Greg. Josh still says he's with obviously he's with Valencia, but there's always some sort of like glimmer of hope that he really likes her as well too. We saw it in this episode. I still feel like there's gonna be a love triangle that's gonna like happen, and there's gonna be a fight. Rebecca's gonna be in the middle. She's not gonna know what to do for the first time because who do you choose? I'm so 100% sure that's gonna happen. Is somebody talking in the chat?
Oh yeah, sorry. She was Evie again. She was saying earlier when Greg came by to get the hard drive, he said he was avoiding Rebecca.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't want to come to his true feelings,
and because he's tired of her lying.
That's true too. Well, and you saw towards the end of the episode, he was just done with it. But he'll probably come back once again.
Well, yeah,
he always does.
That's his storyline. That's him.
Right.
He's that little puppy that keeps coming back.
The little puppy, and I totally believe that's going to happen, and Valencia is just going to go nuts. I wanted to see her go nuts. Like, I want her to be
like
the crazy. Yeah, I want her to be the crazy ex-girlfriend. Like, she's so good at what she does. I hate her so much, but she's so good at what she does.
That would be so interesting if a second season was a different crazy ex-girlfriend.
If it flipped. Oh.
That would be really interesting. I don't know if that's what they're gonna do, but
Right.
I agree with you that there is going to be some sort of love triangle. I don't think we're going to get it till the very last episode because, like I said earlier, like sometimes it's hard for me to see where a second season will come from.
Right.
With a show like this, like they can do it. I'm not clear on how.
Oh my god! If it leaves it at a crazy cliffhanger, I will go.
Yeah,
nuts.
like the very last episode, like they both are like, choose me, and she's like,
who do I choose?
and like black come down
That's
over
a
the
crazy
screen.
ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, come back.
If they do that, I feel like I would hate it because then I have to wait for 3 months. But I feel like that's when they would have to do it.
I feel like they've secured, and Rachel said this in I think it was Hollywood Reporter or whatnot. She said this in an article that because of the Golden Globes or whatnot, and because of her win, if she feels like she had secured the second season because CW has been talking about it and how much press they've been getting about it, and
you usually don't cancel a show after someone wins a Golden Globe.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what exactly. Well, that was her words too. Exactly. So she's like, I feel like we secured the second season. I don't know how about the third, but she's just waiting for the green light.
Yes, Evie is also Team Greg. Sorry, you know what's up.
I'm still Team Josh. I'm still Team Josh. I really want it to happen.
We can have a difference of opinion.
But like this side of me over here, towards the back, is Greg too. Like I want to see something happen, even if it's for a second, like officially. I don't know. Anyways, I have some news and gossip. Well, not really news and gossip. Okay, we're news and gossip. How about that? I was looking at the IMDb, and looks like this is one of the highest rating episodes on IMDb.
Yeah, you said that.
9.3 out of 10. They usually get around like a 7 or 8 or whatnot. I haven't really seen it go until 9.
Well, this episode, while we've had other episodes that have like been dramatic, I feel like this episode, like we get a lot of like you said, it's all resolved by the end. This is the first episode where we leave off. She's in a crumbled mess on the floor. She has nobody but Paula. How is she going to come back from this?
Right.
And I think that is a really smart move for them to make because that makes you need to watch the episode. How does she talk to Josh? How does she come back around? Because all the other episodes we've been like, okay, that's how she got out of it.
Exactly.
Okay, Josh is still on her side.
And
this is the first episode where he may not be on her side.
And this is the first time it's a continued storyline, right?
Yeah.
Because we always, like you said, we always chop the storyline. It's done, and it's
and they'll bring it back. Like Valencia will be like, remember when she did this?
Right. Exactly. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to see how they're going to get out of it because in the next episode, they're going to work together on a case or something like that. I think the title is I'm Working on a Case with Josh.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Yeah, I think I saw when I looked at the rating. And it gets me curious because when we did see the previews, he looks like he was there, but he wasn't totally there, totally happy or whatnot. But Greg's there like, dude, the reason why she's doing this is because blah, 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 blah.
And like, oh, Becca wants to spend more time with Josh. What a crazy concept.
Exactly. You know, in a sarcastic little way he does it.
Well, and it's so funny because Greg is the person that makes the most sense on the show for me.
Oh, it's true, though. It's true.
And, like, no one gets his sarcasm.
Right. You know what I did miss here?
Besides Heather.
Besides Heather. Oh, yeah, Heather's another one. I love it. You know what I did miss here in this episode before we close out? Is what happened last week with Daryl Whitefeather and White Josh. The little winking kiss.
Yeah.
I wonder where that's gonna go. I have no idea, but I was just like, me and Trinae were like, "What? Did that just happen?" And Daryl looked like he liked it at the end.
Daryl definitely. They made him seem like, you know what? I don't. What does this mean?
Right. Exactly.
Like I don't want this to happen, but at the very end he's like. Yeah, so I think they're going to bring that back into play. I don't know when. It may not be in the next episode. It might not be for a couple, but eventually we're going to see something happening with that.
Right. Oh my God. Okay. There we go. Well, final thoughts. Give me your final thoughts on the episode overall.
Paula might have a UTI. That was my final thoughts.
Oh, you really want? Oh, the text message too, that Rebecca saw. I don't want to imagine what's in that text. Remember?
I don't.
Okay, I don't talk about it.
But anyway, my final thoughts. I really liked this episode. I thought that we got to see, you know, some sides of people finally kind of just not going along with Rebecca.
Right.
And we saw a lot of people, you know, realize things to make their lives better, where she is the only one I felt that didn't in this episode. And I like that because I feel like it's going to give us a lot of depth for the next few episodes for Rebecca. It's going to make her really rethink some things. I mean, she's still going to be crazy in love with Josh. She's still going to do crazy things, but I think she's going to realize she has to be smarter about how she does it.
I gotcha.
And just because she confessed to Paula about her love for him, she can't be as open yet about her love for him because he still has a girlfriend, because she's not confessed it to him.
Right. The situation's a little bit more sensitive than that.
Yeah.
A lot more sensitive
But
than
you were going to
that.
say it's a little bit more nuanced than that.
Oh, I should have said that. Oh, man. That was a good one. I feel the same way. I really like this episode. I say that every time that this is one of my favorite, like, every episode is my favorite episode. But because the storylines opened up a lot more here, and because looks like we can get further into other people's issues and problems, especially Greg's issue with how he feels about Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Paula's issues with her husband fix a little bit, and maybe we'll work on her kids next. Or
what my kids are a little, don't touch me. Sorry. I kept writing random quotes down
Paula
because they made me laugh.
The best lines. But I guess we're going to have to see. But that's all she wrote for this episode. I'm excited.
I'm excited for the rest of the season. I love this show so much. I'm so happy to have a musical show on TV right now.
Right, exactly.
I love that it's not Glee. Sorry, I loved Glee in the beginning, but I love that they're doing it differently.
I love that it's not a song every 2 minutes. There's depth and there's actually a script in between.
Yeah, and I love that the songs are in her head. They're not like, oh, we're breaking out to song and it's okay.
Right.
And no one thinks it's weird.
But the songs are great. The songs are amazing.
They're amazing.
Briana, let the people know where they can find you again.
Hey guys, you can find me at bphipps14 on Twitter and Instagram.
Guys, thanks again for hanging out with us. Evie, thanks again for rolling with us in the chat. Once again, it's your boy Nino. You can catch me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And who else?
Sorry, I was also going to just shout out to, I'm sorry, I'm saying your name wrong, Gilbretta Daka. She was the first in our chat roll today. She said, just watch the episode and it was so hilarious. Thank you guys so much for talking with us.
Thanks, guys. Chat with us, tweet with us, and let us know what you think. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.